All right, I call this regular monthly meeting of the Morgantown Utility Board to order. And today is July 14th, 2026. And we will start off with approving of our minutes from the June 9th meeting.
I motion to approve the minutes for the regular meeting of June 9, 2026 as submitted.
Second.
All right, got first and second. Any discussion, corrections? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed, like sign? Fantastic. Moving on to public portion of the event, of the meeting. Anyone from the public wish to speak? Or any communications come in for us to know about?
No communications, but we had a very nice letter to the editor in the Dominion Post from Deb Miller from Reedsville for some work that we did, stormwater work, and we always appreciate those compliments.
Thank you to the team for taking care of all that. I will consider the public portion closed. New business. We have no new business. Old business. Lengthy. We got some new business. We got some old business. We talked a little bit at the last meeting. We will need to find a time for the August Board of Directors meeting. It's the same time as the Rural Water Association's annual meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently we want them to continue doing professional development. So it would be best for us to go ahead and find a time to replace the August 11th meeting. So if we stay on a Tuesday, that makes it so that Mark won't be able to attend, as that tends to be a city council night. So does anyone have availability? It looks like to me the week before I am good on Wednesday and Thursday. Would that work for you guys?
That would be the week of the 3rd.
Yes.
Wednesday.
I'll be out of town that week.
All right. Let's look at the following week. We can't do Tuesday. I know Wednesday I'm booked.
And Wednesday, the conference doesn't finish up till Wednesday afternoon on the 12th.
Oh, okay. So you guys will be back in town if we wanted to do a Thursday meeting?
Yes.
Would Thursday, August 13th work for you guys?
It would.
August 13th. It would work with me.
All right. I will apologize in advance if I'm bleary-eyed, because that'll be got a lot of meetings that day. But that would be fine with me to move it by 48 hours.
We've got, in terms of city council meetings in August, we've got the 11th and the 25th are our only meeting dates.
So the 11th and 25th are open, or
Those are our meeting dates in August.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't have been able to come to the meeting on the 11th anyway, then.
Right.
Great. All right. Well, then, is there any interest on moving it a week then to the 18th, or would you guys rather just move it 48 hours?
I could go the 18th too. I will be in town. Yes, I can do the 18th.
I kind of like the cadence of keeping it on a Tuesday. Does that work for the administration?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, then we will move it by a week, and then I'll be less bleary-eyed.
Yep.
Thank you all.
Appreciate that.
Now we've got liability, property, and vehicle insurance.
Yes, so we were, from the last meeting, we were still evaluating which was the best deal, and with our broker, USI. And so after review and consulting with them, West Virginia Corp was hands down our best deal that we could go with. The annual premium will be $496,988 with a zero deductible per claim, whereas Travelers was $600,000 and $218,000 with a $25,000 deductible per claim. It's closed. But I think this city made the same change this year, so we both have the same carrier. I think that's nice.
How can it be like a full $100,000 difference, and yet they're having no deductible versus deductible? That's counterintuitive, is it not?
Well, it is surprising.
I mean, that just seems.
It may be a 1-year deal. You never know. After they have us for a year, that may not be the bid for next year.
Well, do they fight you tooth and nail anytime there's a claim? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I wouldn't say that every claim was a fight tooth and nail. I mean, there were a few. Amy does a lot of the legwork on the front end and getting all the information together. But I wouldn't say it was hard, but we had some big claims this year. We had a couple big water main breaks and some sewer backups, and of course, we're in the. I think there's some litigation, Jeff, that we're involved with at the moment that resulted from a broken water line by a contractor.
Was there only the two companies, Travelers and West Virginia Corp?
Yes.
Nobody else did? Is that it?
The USI, our broker, handles all of that, and our biggest challenge is we have 2 dams, and dams are not very popular with insurance companies.
Water truly is not very popular. Ponds, pools.
Right. Well, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you look at that, that potential liability. Although those we don't have any concerns. I mean, we have those dams inspected, and reports are provided. We use the same engineering firm that designed the dam to do the inspections. And DEP has a monitoring schedule. We follow that schedule and provide that reporting.
Of course, if they designed it, they're probably going to be they're going to be a little hesitant to say there's a problem. If they designed it, they're going to it's in really good shape.
The most important thing is that stamp that goes on the front of that cover.
They're putting themselves on record there. Just out of curiosity, where it says it includes auto crime, environmental liability, and so forth, which of those would be where the coverage is for just personal experience? Where does property owner from sewer backup? What line item does that fall under?
It's a general level.
General.
Yeah. The inland marine, that's for our excavators and our dozers and big equipment. And then we also have as I wanted to tell you, because we have it also in line for equipment there also, but that's for stuff that is fixed on the property, like pumps and big things that fail or catch fire. That falls under the equipment there.
And do we need to take an action on this?
No, I don't believe so, because I felt like within the last meeting of the board, we had the authority to go ahead and enter into
That's
that.
right.
Because we needed to
get
make
right.
have the July 1st coverage.
Any further discussion on the new insurance policy?
I will mention that the USI, I think they do a great job of evaluating the different vendors, and there was the West Virginia Court also has a cyber that we can jump onto, but they evaluated, and right now we have Cowbell Insurance for the cyber, and they feel that it's a much more robust, and it's for a good price of $18,000 a year. So they do look at it very closely as well as to what meets our needs here.
Cyber's becoming more and more important.
Yes, it is.
Every couple of months, I get something in the mail from somebody who's been hacked. Typically a healthcare institution, it seems like.
Yeah.
office expansion and renovation and new shop garage.
I think we jumped.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, Van Boris Sanitary Sewer Extension Project.
So our design is still ongoing with Thrasher, and they're also have installed flow monitors in their existing sewer mains to determine what the downstream capacity is. So it's moving right along. Rich, do you have any comments you want to add to that?
Not really. I mean, we're waiting on them to evaluate the existing systems of those four package plants up there and the infrastructure that they have now to kind of determine what happens if we keep it, do we build new lines, you know, and some of those questions will start to get answered once they provide that information. That's what we're working on now. So we're excited to get that and kind of figure out how much work should we do to do some areas before we take it.
Office expansion and renovation and new shop garage.
Okay, so we're right at kind of at the cusp, I believe, of wrapping up the design. There will be a meeting tomorrow with the engineers and the architect on the shop garage. I think that's going to be about where water comes into the facility. We're going to finish that up, and then Thursday we have a on-site meeting over furniture, what we're going to be able to keep, what we're going to be able to reuse, and so forth. So we're finishing that up right now, and I would think that we should be able to have Dave Snyder come back up, probably, and have maybe another type of lunch and learn or something of that nature at the end of this month, early next month, sometime to see everything. Of course, the board, we provided the preliminary, all the drawings at the last lunch that we had, lunch and learn. And so, if you have any,
Those were 80%.
those were the 80% of us.
So nothing you don't change. They just find details.
I was curious to see what the FFA comes in at. So, since office furniture is, I'm going to say not cheap, it's not inexpensive. Sometimes it's expensive.
We do plan to use a good, considerable amount of our existing furniture. And that's kind of what we want to talk through with them. They're going to lead the discussion, but we'll have a lot of input on what we want to use.
Tables like this are great because you can move them easily. Desks, once you take them apart, try to put them back together, sometimes they're never what they once were. Any questions on that? Sheet Lake Wastewater Treatment Plant and Collection System Upgrade Project.
So we're already having pre-startup meetings. It looks like we're still on schedule for September. July is a lot of activities going on, electrical and mechanical installation in the Headworks building, control building, the oxidation ditch. I mean, there's just a lot of activity on site. The masonry and roofing for the admin building, electrical for clarifier number 3, the concrete pad for the generator, painting, and the opening of the relocated Kelly's Run. And is it open now? It's not yet. It's scheduled to get open. So
The growing's probably not going all that great in this heat.
I mean, that vegetation above Kelly Run still looks really good.
it took off. I mean, and DEP gave us the clearance, so it can be opened.
Any questions? Phase 1 water projects.
So we did receive the preliminary engineering report from Strand Associates, and it's currently under review. It's a big document, well over 300 pages, and so it is under review. As part of the phase 1, we have been evaluating, a meeting with vendors and Strand evaluating water meters. And we've been working with E.J. Prescott. They came and did a presentation on Camstra water meters, and this the meters we're looking at, they have residential as well as commercial sizing, but they use ultrasonic technology with a 20-year battery life versus industry standard of about 10. And that really caught our attention. And it also offers in the residential meters, it listens for leaks and helps you with non-revenue water detection. And so we have an opportunity to do a pilot with them for 100 meters. And the cost will be right around $35,000. And we want to go forward with that pilot and test those, because to get the opportunity to actually see how well they work, and for such a small price, when you're looking at about a $6 million investment in the front end, it makes it it's a good thing to do to be able to evaluate the product before you sign on the bottom line. And so we're going to go ahead and move forward with the pilot program.
How does the leak detection thing work? Does that send a message here that there's some leak area, and then somebody can go out and turn that house off or something?
We will not get it back here, but we will be able to pick that up in the field, because right in the initial we're looking at what we'll call drive-by, and so that data won't be coming back into the office at that point. It will come in when we drive by, and when we download that information, we'll be able to look at it, and it'll be able to tell us what we're. And so this is very, very new. I mean, we don't have that ability at all now.
That would tell you, like, if a home is having a leak, and you can actually.
It would be
Well,
just about every meter will tell you if a home has a leak. These meters are listening to our systems on the other side.
On the other side.
On the
And that's what's
distribution.
exciting about it, is because you can pinpoint where you might be losing water within our system.
Within the system for itself.
Yes.
Source
So
burns out.
theoretically, if you have one of those meters everywhere, you have a lot of data points. And let's say it reads noise, high noise here, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, but not any further. And then it helps you narrow down where that meter
You
might
gotta
be.
look for it.
And you start to look in those places where it's the places. Yeah. So it's pretty cool technology that's built into the meter. It's not like an upcharge or anything like that.
That sounds really good.
How much non-revenue water loss do you typically have in a year?
We're under 10%.
We are.
We're
9.
On the PSC report, it's under 10.
And that equates to, I'm just interested in the return on investment.
Oh, I have to figure that out.
Yeah, that'd be
quite
interesting. That'd
a
be
bit.
interesting
Quite
to
a
know,
bit.
right? It'd be
Yeah,
interesting
right.
to know if the expectation is that this reduces non-revenue water loss by X percent, in order to pay for this over,
Sure.
Actually,
however many
dollar
X
figure.
number of years, whatever.
Yeah.
So, right, which is neat. An interesting exercise.
It would be. This is the only company we've interviewed several, and this is the only company that said, "Hey, we'll go ahead and give you a pilot. We'll sell you a pilot program for $35,000. That's pretty cheap for
$150 a meter.
100 meters. Plus, with that, you also get the software, because you have to get that data back into your billing side. A lot of places you just have to key that in, but they're going to write the scripts and the configuration files, so we don't have to fool with that.
Yeah.
That's included in that 35 to be able to give it back to our billing software.
Cool.
And so currently, if we would have our billing side do it, it'd be about $10,000 for them to write that configuration file. So they're giving it to us, which is good.
Mike, you and I talked about this a little bit a month ago. Well, this is a new technology. Camstra is not a startup, correct?
No, they're not a startup. They're a European company. but they have a manufacturing plant in Georgia, and that's where the residential meters are assembled in the United States. And they've invited us down if we'd like to come down and see the factory. Not that we haven't taken them up on it, but they're very, very pleased to have a plant here in the United States. And we, in talking with one of the circuit riders from West Virginia Rural Water Association, he was telling one of our employees he's familiar with the Camstrop and that it's a good product.
Yes, and Romney and Moorfield have already installed these meters, and Romney has mentioned they usually have about a 17% loss ratio, and now there's down to single digits because they're able to use this technology to find the leaks, and they've been there. That's what they told this gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the same single digits now because they would have pinpoint these leaks a lot better.
That's good qualitative data.
Yeah.
Do we need to approve the pilot?
I think so.
All right.
I think we're letting the board know that we have this opportunity for a very reasonable price to test the product before we purchase it.
That's good. Morgan Run Waterline Extension Project.
Yeah, so we are now the design drawings and specs are completed. We now have 80% of the rights of way, so that allows us to go to bid. We have one outstanding permit, and I think we expect that to be this week to receive it. And so Corey Jones, who's our senior engineer that's overseeing the project, he's reached out to the West Virginia DEP Abandoned Mine Lands group about their authorization to bid, and just waiting to hear back from them. We sent our accountant he has signed the CPA certificate. I think it's on its way back, or we got it back this afternoon. So we just about have everything ready to go to bid. So that's very exciting.
That's the project. Is that in conjunction with the owners of the Lakeland Dam, or they partially
The
involved?
park, they're going. I think they're will be one of our customers. I think they got their paperwork, their easement.
Because they've had to close that park, right? They close it because they don't have water.
They have a leak on their existing service line.
And so they can't use the restrooms there and stuff right now.
I saw the article.
Yeah. We go out there sometimes to practice kayak rowing. So, it's a nice area to go to, but it's also nice to have access to a restaurant and stuff like that.
Central Mon Sewer Interceptor Cleaning and Repair.
Right. So, Insight, they have completed cleaning 490 feet of the 740. You'll remember back in May is when the board approved the cleaning part of this of the line, and then we just got the quote for the actual lining, and there's a little bit more lining that we want to do as part of this as well. We discovered that in some of the upstream there was the deterioration in cement pipe was more than what we knew about, so we're going to have that line as a precaution. The cost for that is $207,803.50, and we've got the quote from them in hand, and we ask that the board approve.
Before we do the explain it, seen some of the pictures look like rebar was visible, and so there was concern that
The wire and the concrete, yes.
much longer we would be facing problems a whole lot more than lining.
Yes. Yes, so this will add not just, it'll add the structural strength to the pipe.
And when you see that rebar it's concerning because that's typically in the middle of your pipe. And so if you're seeing it, that means you've lost some
Material.
probably half of your pipe, right? So it's definitely something that we have to keep in mind.
What was
And we received the quote after this went out, and I do apologize.
Yeah, I didn't catch the number. I don't remember the number.
It's $207,803.50. Don't know where the 50 cents always comes from, but it's there.
That's for lining.
This will be for the lining. This will also be for the manhole rip as well.
Yes, we're planning on finding out if the manhole work, and this popped up. So we're looking for a motion to approve the manhole lining and the manhole work and the lining of the new section that we found that needs work. $207,803.50. You can say something.
Yeah, so moved.
Alright.
I thought you were
Yeah, yeah.
more specific.
I'll second.
Does that motion suffice,
Yes.
council? All right. So we've got a motion. We've got a second. Any further discussion?
How many linear feet is that? Do you know, what's the linear footage of that?
Of the line, approximately 90 foot from manhole to manhole, and that's about 370 feet maybe of pipe. That's kind of added on that we found on this material.
So 370 plus 90.
Any more questions or discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Thank you much. Glad we're in the pipe and saw that.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job.
So, just as an update, and maybe a public safety announcement at the end, but that the section that we saw this deterioration had a lot of improvement. So it be cleaned out, which is awesome.
There's a light problem.
Solid, yeah.
The problem, right?
Yes. And so now they're on the other side of the 90s working downstream that section towards Reynolds Hall. And that's what they're working on now. For the next week or so to finish that up as well. Different type of pipe though, so we don't expect that same deterioration on the downstream side.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. If there are other areas that we have of concern, launch
Yeah.
points.
We don't think so.
Yeah.
And we have been able to see just a little bit from that 90, and it didn't. We didn't see anything that concerned us. But we haven't seen a whole lot of it. But on the public safety side, we have had people that aren't following rail trail closed signs and fencing and things like that. And we had a close call down there. Contractor had a hydraulic line come loose, and it wasn't close, but somebody was trying to walk through the area, and knock on wood, that never happens. But please, if anyone hears this, please abide by those. Take the detour. Keep yourself out of harm's way. We'll try to get through there.
Yeah, I had a conversation yesterday with Ella from the Rail Trail Association. She said they have been working on getting out word to folks who use the trails to please observe the detour down there.
Yeah. There's just no way to walk around. The machine that's down there is as big as the trail, and so there's really no way to squeeze through there, even if you get by the fencing that's there. So just use a detour.
And do we know with this extra work if we're going to see more time of that detour? Great.
I hope not, but we've had a little trouble with the pump today. It just depends.
Yeah.
Everything goes good.
Yeah.
We don't expect it to be much more time, but the next couple of weeks we're open that line.
Coven Creek Interceptor Phase 2.
So the contractor is starting to mobilize. I believe the construction stakeout is completed. They're locating existing utilities. They have fencing, set up safety fencing along the rail trail. So it's starting up at this point. So they're moving along. And Rich, feel free to jump in if you have
There's
anything.
not much yet happening there.
Yeah.
We're excited to get that going. Yeah.
Low Pocono stormwater project.
So, Lower Pocono, we requested that Insight Pipe Contracting provide a proposal to clean and rehabilitate 700 feet of the 96-inch culvert. This is the culvert that runs under the lot there at Burger King where you see the orange cones. They came back with a quote of $1,003,485. And they have a crew that is available to start as early as August, and it would be about a 1 to 2 month project, depending on once they get in and start the work. We have funds in the 2016 sewer bond available. We have about $1.769 million in the 2016 bond that can be used for this work. It's okay to use it for this work. And then the remaining funds would go to the Coven Creek Interceptor Phase 2. But it's our recommendation that the board approve the quote from Insight so we can get that portion of the project completed and get the parking lot repaired there at Burger King and get it all restored.
Yeah, that won't fully address the culvert that way.
The culvert. It will the culvert.
Will the culvert?
Yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
will all the way from where we made the repair, and put the new box in,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll take it all the way to where it daylights.
So it'll go from Rolling Lane, whichever that box is, all the way to where it daylights.
And then where daylights, there's still the issue with the caps and the way the culvert was formed, the ditch was formed,
Yes, we'll still have to address that. And so we're still waiting. We have some questions back to Thrasher, and we'll be waiting for their final report. But this will get at least that portion of the project completed.
Awesome. That'd be great to get out of that parking lot.
And yes, we want to get their parking lot. We want to get it back in business.
That's fantastic. I'm sorry, I was just more testing my memory.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot,
Anything else
from the project
in terms of what's going on over there on the property. I'll move to accept the quote from Insight in the amount of $1,003,485 for cleaning rehabilitation of 700 feet of the 96-inch culvert pipe along Patterson Drive.
Second. All right. Any further discussion or questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You-
Poorly timed.
No, I timed it right. Standard Street pipelining.
So our last fiscal year, we contracted with Insight to clean the sanitary sewer lines in Standard Street. We have dedicated funds in the current fiscal year budget and for this project, and requested a quote from Insight to line approximately 3,589 linear feet of the 8-inch diameter sewer pipe, and the quote is for $193,163.60. And it's our recommendation the board approve the agreement with Insight Pipe Contracting.
We talked about this prior meeting.
We've talked about it when we were doing the Standard Street cleaning, that we would be coming back with another project, and this is all part of it.
What, out of curiosity, what would 3/4 of a mile of new pipe cost to go under a section like this?
Oh gosh, I would don't know that we know what that price would be, but I can tell you it would take months longer to do and disruption to the community than what this will be.
Would it have a second comma, do you believe?
I mean, I just plug in a number and go up to 600 something.
Okay, so 3 times as much. And a lot more time to do it.
Disruption for sure. That whole area would be a big construction site. You know, there'd be roads closed every day and for multiple days. And now that, you know, with this, we might have a lane closed because they're in a manhole, you know, doing a line, but there won't be road closures like that. No disruption to that community, which is good.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to accept the quote from Insight Pipe Contracting in the amount of $193,163.60 for the lining of approximately 3,589 linear feet of 8-inch diameter sewer pipe.
Second.
Any further questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I like that it was approximately 3,589. Yeah,
It sounds pretty precise.
I would have got 360 or 3,600 to go to approximately. Engineers.
You better not go to 3590.
Yeah.
We knocked the decimal off.
Yeah.
We put a
It's like
profit.
pricing gas, 9/10.
In case we have to go to
Point,
4,000.
a point and another
Down
number
there.
is a lot shorter than
You
approximately.
show up with the tape.
Uh-huh. Mine only goes 25 feet, so we're going to have to keep going a lot.
You know, you have to add an extra 1,000 feet here or there. I like to be safe side.
1,000 feet here, 1,000 feet there. Eventually, you got a mile. All right, general manager's report.
Yeah, it's just a couple things this evening. The Laurel Point tank design is still ongoing. I think we're expecting 80% comments here in just the next few weeks. So I think they're making good progress, and so I look forward to bringing that back to the board. Also, our Mark invited us to take part of or participate in the City of Morgantown July 4th parade. And our team over at the shop did a fantastic job getting some pieces of equipment cleaned up and put in the parade. The big vac truck, I understand that was a big hit. Kids loved it.
Sucked up all the candy from the roadways.
Yeah. I think some candy was passed out, but Nick and Corey, Bobby, Logan, Sandro, and Joey, Joey's our superintendent, they all came out and they had a blast. They loved it, and the kids just loved it. And you know, it's always I think it was a more of a fun time than they thought it was going to be. I thought
That's
they were
great.
a lot more.
That's great to hear. If you don't mind, we appreciate it. You all participating. It was very, very well received, and the trucks were hugely popular. There were so many kids at the parade. It was a big, big hit. Thanks to the team, and thanks for you all approving it and making it happen. And thanks that it wouldn't happen without the team that actually, took the time out of their holiday and went down and did it. If I hadn't been riding on or dancing behind our float, a different float, I would have happily ridden in the back of the dump truck and tossed candy. So just for future reference,
Future
and opportunities
reference.
for other board members that
No kid could refuse a big red truck.
Big trucks are good for kids.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great day.
Yeah, the guys really, really had a good time, and we certainly appreciate all the guys that's pitched in and scrubbing them down and getting them all shined up. Because they don't look like that all the time. Some days they're in business, but I'll say for the most part, the guys do a good job keeping things clean.
It was great. And honestly, and just last thing, it was great to see. It's a huge part of the community, and so this really was, a representation of a lot of different organizations from the community, and it was a big deal to bring the 4th of July parade back, and so it was awesome to see all that they represent.
I think Morgantown Forward had a float
Yeah, that was
with a big yellow hydrant.
yeah. And that was a point of real contention about what color that hydrant was going to be. There was I'm a part of that group, and there was a hotly contested debate, and it ended up yellow because that's the color of our hydrants, as you all will know. So that's why that hydrant, which was originally designed as red, ended up yellow.
We enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah.
That's all I have this evening.
Thank you. Under board members' issues, discussions, I'd just like to say one, thank you, Mark and Mayor Trumbull, for your fantastic work in getting the 4th of July parade back. It's a great thing to have in a community, bring everybody together, whether it's for the 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation or the approximate any number to have for the birthday. I think it's a great thing for the community. And also, congratulations, Deputy Mayor, on your election there, and congratulations as well to Mayor Trumbull on her return.
Thanks. And the 4th of July parade obviously wouldn't happen without city staff that was willing to sacrifice their holiday and get out there in the heat. It was hot and work. So thanks to them.
For about an hour, it wasn't hot because it was pouring a ton of rain. Perfect guest fit that perfectly in the window.
Rather be lucky than good.
Any other board member issues or discussions? I'd just like to say to Dr. Tom Witt, he's not here tonight, that our thoughts and prayers are with him and with his wife, and certainly our thoughts, and hope that he's doing well. Takes us to executive session.
A motion to convene the executive session of the Board of Directors under the provisions of West Virginia Code Section 6-98-4B9 and 12 to discuss advanced construction planning, investment of public funds, and other confidential matters which are exempt from disclosure under the West Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and adjourn the meeting immediately upon conclusion.
Second.
I was about to say fail to have a second, we're going to go home. All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we will take a short recess and start up the executive session.